Thank you for joining us again. Now that we have looked at structural forms of racism and how they impact individuals and communities across the country, we want to switch gears and take a closer look at our own backyard. This next part of the training will focus on racial inequities in Montgomery County and provide us with historical context and contemporary data to better understand what's at stake for us here. The rich diversity of Montgomery County belies the racist and violent history. While the diversity should rightfully be celebrated, it can sometimes mask the darker, more racially charged history of the county. Maryland and Montgomery County are a part of the South. Many people don't realize that Maryland and Montgomery County are a part of the South, residing just below the Mason-Dixon line, separating the North and the South. In fact, right before the Civil War and the end of slavery, 1/3 of Montgomery County residents were enslaved people. Slavery was an integral part of the county's history, and many families owned enslaved persons and benefited from their exploited labor. Here, you can see a notice advertising a reward for help in capturing a young enslaved woman right here in Rockville, Maryland. Just like in many places where slavery existed, slave uprisings also took place here in our county. Throughout our history, enslaved persons challenged their captivity. In this image, you see the depiction of violent clashing between escaped slaves who were met by angry militia on 355, just 2 miles south of Gaithersburg. Residents of Montgomery County actively opposed attempts by escaped slaves to cross through the area toward their freedom. A group of 50 to 200 enslaved people were marching towards Pennsylvania, passing through St. Mary's and Prince George's County, joined by additional fugitive slaves along the way. A local militia named Montgomery Volunteers met them and a battle ensued. Afterward, some escaped, 10 were severely wounded, and others, about 30, were taken to the Rockville jail before being sold out of state. Montgomery County was also not immune to the terror of lynchings. Several Black men, as you see listed here, Mr. George Peck, Mr. John Diggs Dorsey, and Mr. Sidney Randolph, were lynched in this county in the late 1800s. On this map, you can see the route that a violent lynch mob took on July 4th, 1896, grabbing Mr. Sidney Randolph from the Rockville jail and hanging him just off Frederick Road between Rockville and Gaithersburg. He was suspected of being involved in an attack on a local family, despite evidence to the contrary. His murderers were never identified or brought to justice for this crime. The county has the Commission on Remembrance and Reconciliation that works with the National Equal Justice Initiative and other stakeholders to claim and install the county's monuments, commemorating the 3 locations in the county where lynchings have been documented.